The current situation of California wildfires reflects a state grappling with the ongoing challenges of one of the most severe natural disasters in its history. As fires become more frequent, intense, and destructive, the impact on the environment, economy, infrastructure, and communities continues to escalate, demanding immediate attention and long-term solutions. California's unique geography, coupled with the accelerating effects of climate change, has created a perfect storm of conditions that fuel these devastating events, leaving the state in a perpetual cycle of response and recovery. California's wildfire season, once a predictable period spanning the late summer and early fall, has now extended to nearly year-round activity. The prolonged season is driven by a combination of factors, including rising temperatures, persistent drought, and shifts in precipitation patterns. These conditions have resulted in dry vegetation and forests that act as kindling for even the smallest sparks. The role of climate change in exacerbating these conditions cannot be overstated. Scientific studies confirm that the state's average temperature has risen by nearly 2 degrees Fahrenheit in the past century, significantly increasing the likelihood of extreme heat waves and prolonged dry spells. This warming trend has not only dried out vegetation but has also led to a decrease in snowpack levels, which traditionally provided a steady source of moisture during the dry months. The ongoing drought conditions further compound the wildfire crisis. Despite occasional bouts of rainfall, the overall water deficit in California remains severe, leaving reservoirs, rivers, and aquifers depleted. This lack of water not only affects human consumption and agriculture but also limits the resources available for firefighting efforts. Water scarcity has led to conflicts over allocation, as communities, industries, and emergency services compete for this vital resource. The drought's impact on vegetation has been equally devastating, with forests suffering from widespread tree mortality due to lack of water and infestations by pests such as bark beetles, which thrive in weakened trees. These dead and dying trees create a highly flammable environment, increasing the risk and intensity of fires. The frequency and scale of recent wildfires have pushed California's firefighting resources to their limits. In recent years, the state has experienced some of the largest and most destructive fires in its history, including the Camp Fire, which destroyed the town of Paradise in 2018, and the Dixie Fire in 2021, which became the largest single, non-complex, wildfire in California's history. These megafires, defined as fires that burn over 100,000 acres, have become more common, overwhelming firefighters and emergency responders. The demand for personnel and equipment often outpaces availability, forcing the state to rely on mutual aid agreements with other states and even international assistance. Firefighters face grueling conditions, battling flames for weeks on end in extreme heat and hazardous smoke, putting their physical and mental health at risk. One of the most significant challenges in managing the current wildfire crisis is the proximity of fires to populated areas. California's expanding urban wildland interface, where residential development meets natural landscapes, has placed millions of people at risk. As housing demand continues to grow, more communities are being built in high-risk areas, increasing the likelihood of property damage and loss of life. The destruction of homes, businesses, and infrastructure in these areas has become a tragic hallmark of California's wildfires, with some communities experiencing multiple fires within a few years. The rebuilding process is often slow and fraught with challenges, including insurance disputes, high construction costs, and delays in permitting and inspections. The human cost of wildfires extends beyond physical destruction. Evacuations have become a common occurrence during fire season, displacing thousands of residents and disrupting lives. For many, the trauma of fleeing their homes under the threat of advancing flames leaves a lasting emotional impact. Children, in particular, are vulnerable to the psychological effects of wildfires, as the loss of stability and the fear of future disasters can have long-term consequences on their mental health. Communities affected by fires often struggle with feelings of loss, grief, and uncertainty, as they navigate the difficult path to recovery. The economic impact of wildfires on California is staggering. The costs of fighting fires, repairing infrastructure, and compensating victims run into billions of dollars annually. In addition to these direct costs, the broader economic effects are significant. Businesses in fire-affected areas often suffer losses due to property damage, reduced customer traffic, and supply chain disruptions. Agriculture, a cornerstone of California's economy, is also heavily impacted, as fires destroy crops, livestock, and critical infrastructure such as irrigation systems. The state's tourism industry, which relies on its natural beauty and outdoor recreation opportunities, faces declines in visitor numbers due to fire-related closures and smoke-filled skies. Air quality is another critical issue associated with California's wildfires. The massive amounts of smoke and ash generated by fires pose significant health risks, particularly for vulnerable populations such as children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing respiratory conditions. Fine particulate matter, or PM2.5, found in wildfire smoke, can penetrate deep into the lungs and bloodstream, causing a range of health problems, including asthma, heart disease, and even premature death. Prolonged exposure to poor air quality has become a grim reality for many Californians during fire season, prompting public health advisories and the widespread use of air purifiers and masks. The role of power utilities in California's wildfire crisis has come under intense scrutiny. In several high-profile cases, electrical equipment has been identified as the cause of devastating fires. Aging infrastructure, combined with high winds and dry conditions, creates a dangerous combination that can spark fires in an instant. Utilities have implemented measures such as public safety power shutoffs, PSPS, to reduce the risk of equipment-related fires. However, these shutoffs, which can leave millions without power for extended periods, have sparked controversy due to their impact on businesses, schools, and individuals who rely on electricity for medical devices and other essential needs. California's government has taken steps to address the wildfire crisis, but the scale of the challenge requires ongoing effort and innovation. Governor Gavin Newsom has committed billions of dollars to wildfire prevention and mitigation, including investments in forest management, fuel reduction projects, and the expansion of firefighting resources. Programs such as prescribed burns, which involve intentionally setting controlled fires to reduce excess vegetation, are being implemented more widely to prevent larger, uncontrolled wildfires. However, these efforts face logistical and political hurdles, including resistance from communities wary of controlled burns and the sheer scale of the work needed to manage California's vast landscapes effectively. The importance of community engagement in wildfire preparedness and response cannot be overstated. Programs that educate residents about creating defensible space around their homes, emergency evacuation planning, and fire-safe building practices are essential for reducing risk. Local governments and organizations play a crucial role in these efforts, working to build resilience and ensure that communities are better equipped to handle future fires. Despite these efforts, disparities in resources and preparedness remain, particularly in low-income and marginalized communities, which often lack the means to invest in fire-safe measures. Technology and innovation are playing an increasingly important role in managing California's wildfire crisis. Advances in satellite imagery, drones, and artificial intelligence have improved the ability to detect and monitor fires in real time, enabling faster response times and more effective resource allocation. Fire-resistant building materials and designs are also gaining traction, offering homeowners and communities additional protection against the threat of wildfires. However, widespread adoption of these technologies requires significant investment and coordination, highlighting the need for public and private sector collaboration. The global nature of climate change underscores the interconnectedness of California's wildfire crisis with broader environmental challenges. As the state works to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to renewable energy sources, it also faces the task of adapting to the realities of a changing climate. International collaboration on climate initiatives, such as the Paris Agreement, is essential for addressing the root causes of the crisis and reducing the risk of future disasters. The current situation of California wildfires is a sobering reminder of the complex interplay between natural and human factors. While progress has been made in understanding and addressing the crisis, the scale and intensity of the challenges require sustained effort and innovation. The resilience and determination of Californians, combined with advancements in science, technology, and policy, offer hope for a future where wildfires are less frequent, less destructive, and more manageable. However, achieving this vision will require a collective commitment to addressing the underlying causes of the crisis and building a more sustainable and resilient state. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please subscribe to our channel Mythic Minds and press the bell icon to get the daily updates. Also, like and share this video.